Morning, everybody. About 6 o'clock in the morning. You might recognize this dude behind me here. That is Picketpost Mountain. Today we're going to be doing Picketpost Mountain Loop. It's only about 8.5 miles. Not a whole lot of elevation, maybe 1,000 feet. And I know what you're thinking right off the bat. You're thinking, oh, Mark, there's Picketpost Mountain. Why aren't you climbing Picketpost Mountain? And believe me, it does hurt me a little bit not to be going up the mountain today. But I did climb it kind of recently. I'll put a link to that video down in the description. But today, we're going to be doing something fun. We're going to do this hike. It's going to be beautiful. It wraps around Arnett Creek. Just gorgeous. I'm hoping to see some foliage, some fall foliage. We're also going to be looking for some rocks. Specifically Apache tears, which is little balls of obsidian. And obsidian, in case you didn't know, is volcanic glass. How cool is that? Should be a great, beautiful day out here today in the Arizona desert. Alright, just passed through the gate there. As far as I remember, if the gate's open, leave it open. If it's closed, close it. Seems simple enough. Already seen a lot of wildlife around. Just some rabbits, some birds. Last time I was here and I climbed Picketpost, I actually saw some bighorn sheep, which was pretty magical. But I have been seeing a lot of scat on the trail, so I know animals are out and about. Check it out, palm trees. That's pretty cool. It's not something you see hiking out here in the Superstitions very often. Despite what a lot of people might think, there aren't palm trees just naturally growing all throughout here, throughout the desert in this area. But it is helpful to note that very close to here is the Boyce Thompson Arboretum. And I can almost guarantee that these palm trees that we're seeing around here now, actually, there's a couple more over there. I bet you they're the results of probably of some bird picking up a seed and then dropping the seed out here. Seed grows, and you got palm trees. Well, it's the first big crossing of Arnett Creek, and as you can see, there isn't a drop of water. I mean, it looks like there's a little puddle up this way a little bit, but not exactly what we were hoping for, but kind of what we expected. Yeah, here we go. Nice little puddle. Found a little water. Probably not something you want to drink or frolic in, even though there really isn't enough to frolic anyway. But in case you are wondering, yes, we are still in the desert. Anywhere you have flowing water, you're just going to have abundant life. And that's what we're seeing here. We have Arnett Creek that runs through here. So now you're seeing your deciduous trees. You're seeing a lot of your grasses. But the amazing thing is with the scenery here is not only do you have this beautiful lush greenery, especially when it's in season, but you still got all your cacti. You can see in the background here, your jutting mountains. You hear the birds singing. I mean, it's just the best of both worlds. Hey guys, check out this dude behind me here. I'm not gonna get too close to it, but this is a jumping cholla you always hear about. Cool thing about this guy today is you got some of the fruits coming out here. But yeah, these guys get in you, and believe me, they get in there good. They fish hook, and you need pliers or a whole lot of determination to get those quills out. And you can kind of see they fall little pieces here, and that's what hooks into the animals or people, and that's how it propagates. Hangs on the animal, falls off, and then starts growing. Pretty amazing. If you want to see my personal up close encounter with a cholla, I think I have a short, one of my video shorts on YouTube shows that it was not pleasant. I learned a very, very valuable lesson that day. But you can go check it out and see for yourself. I'll put the link in the description. So I found some water. Pretty freaking cool. Kind of get an idea what this place looks like when there actually is water flowing around here. People leave stuff out for other people to check out. Rock-wise, you can tell it's not a cairn because it's not stacked, but it's got a lot of cool milky quartz or chalcedony in there. Now I'm using all these terms. I need to do a disclaimer here. I am not a geologist. I'm not an amateur geologist. I am just an enthusiast, kind of like a weekend warrior of geology. I just take a lot of interest in the rocks, especially out here in the desert where you can see so many different layers, and the desert just has so much to offer in terms of cool geological history, all right there at your fingertips. You just need to get out and look for it a little bit. Alright, so we made the turn off of the Picketpost Loop trail to head out to the area where the Apache shears are. I did have some second thoughts for a minute there because it'll be another mile out, and then probably a lot of wandering and another mile back, and then 5 more miles on the loop. But it's relatively flat, and it's just so cool out today. I think we'll be able to get out without any heat issues. We have left National Forest land, and we are heading up towards the area where there's some perlite mines. Perlite you might know from plants if you're into growing plants and whatnot. Is an additive. It's usually in a powder form, but out here it's really cool when it's solid. It looks almost like marble. So I'm getting pretty excited. The rocks are looking cooler and cooler, if that makes any sense. I'm also on the lookout for wild donkeys because I've been seeing poop. That is definitely not a horse. Oh, I was wrong. It's cows. What's up, buddy? It's funny how much bigger everything is when there aren't any fences or gates between you and it. Yup. And then this happened. Alright guys, so I may have miscalculated exactly the exact spot I wanted to go to is actually somewhere over there. But realistically, looking at the mileage I would be involved in climbing more hills, I don't think I'm not gonna head up that way today. But I found this little pit here. There's lots of shells, so obviously people shoot here a lot. I see some cow tracks, which would make sense. But there's also a lot of perlite. You'll Stuff like this is all your perlite. Just kind of looking around a little bit, give you an idea. Now, there's a whole lot of it out here, and this is the stuff you can see it breaks apart really easily. Let's take a walk up to that perlite cliff up there. Check that out. Wow. How cool is that? Alright guys, back on the trail, back on the Picketpost Mountain Loop trail. Gave up on the Apacheteers. You know, sometimes things don't go exactly as you plan, but I mean, the hike up there was beautiful. You know, I got to see some of those perlite cliffs, so that was very cool, so totally worth it. Well, as you can see, we're kind of going up the wash. The wash and the trail kind of crisscross each other a lot. So I'm going to take this route. It's always something. At least this guy's not trying to hurt me, just trying to hitch a ride. Alright, this looks like a good spot to eat some food. Let's do that. Nothing like a smushed PB&J and a banana. Pretty much sure if you're eating a smushed sandwich, more likely than not, it means you're having a pretty good day. Wow. Look at that big dude. Little guy. And there's a frog. Just sitting there, minding his own business. Good buddy. Alright. We'll get suited back up, we'll leave him alone. We'll hit the trail. Man, this is so cool. This feels almost more like a forest hike than a desert hike. You take a look around, certainly not what you would imagine so close to Phoenix. That's the great thing about this area. It just always has some surprise for you. Wow, check this out. What is that? How deep does that thing go? Nope, not very. It's always worth checking. Well, we're back in the sun. What kind of makes these beds a little cooler, you can see any of the glitter going on. Tons of stuff. Find a lot of cool quartz. Like this guy, a little rosy. Look at that, you got your water line there. Whoa. Oh man, I don't know if you can see that. Look at this vein. That is so cool. Oh wow, check that out. Oh buddy, look at that. It's got all those cool waves and stuff. That one might be a keeper. Oh yeah, look at that. So I had to set my bag down to switch out the camera on the GoPro. And I just looked around for a second. I mean, and look at this. Look at all these rocks. I could spend all day in here. But I should not spend all day in here. It's kind of the problem when you start getting into the rocks. You're hiking. You know, you're looking down, looking at rocks, but then you forget you got all this going on. So then you're torn between the scenery and the rocks. I don't know. Try to mix it up as much as I can, I guess. Here we go. Here's one more cool one. And then I'm going to get going again. Well, this is something. Looks like I'm going to be following FR4 all the way backwards. I think means Fire Road 4. And admittedly, now that we moved away from the wash and everything, I'm not really looking forward to the prospect of 4 or so miles yet in the full sun, but I got enough to drink. I guess just is what it is. Still gorgeous though. I mean, that's really the whole point of the thing, isn't it? Check it out. What is that? Oh man. Fine. Fine. We'll take it with us. There's a nice cactusy area. You got your mesquite tree over here. Got all your prickly pears down here. Here's a Cholla. Pretty cool when they get older and woody like that on the stalks. This is a jojoba. Another jojoba. Some more mesquite, some more prickly pear. But it's a pretty good representation of a lot of the desert plants that you're going to see if you ever come hiking out here in Phoenix. And of course the mighty saguaro. That's cool, a pretty tall saguaro. And if you look in the background, in this area, you can probably see weaver's needle. Water. Hey, what the? Alright, we made it. Got the AC blasting. I said it was going to be 8.5 miles. Turns out it was more like 12.5 miles. I guess it was a good choice not to keep looking for the Apache tears. But what a great trip. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next one, and happy hiking.